Let's welcome tonight's guest. He performs for hospital patients to remind them that things could be worse. Founder of the LoftusParty.com, Michael Loftus. When she wants your opinion, she'll give it to you. Fox News anchor, Julie Banderas. His writing's sharper than a machete made of cheese. Novelist and literary critic Walter Kerr. And finally, she's like a pack of cigarettes. Bad for your health, but popular with bikers. Fox News contributor Kat Chook. All right, before we get to some news stories, it's Friday, so let's do this.
Greg's Leftovers.
Yeah, it's Leftovers, where I read the jokes we didn't use this week. And as always, it's my first time reading these. So if they suck, I'll skin Joe Mackey with a dull butter knife. Yeah, it'd be hard to tell, though. Here we go. Burisma executive Mykola Zlochevsky allegedly said that Hunter Biden is dumber than his dog, since his dog knows when to stop humping his leg. That's not bad. Oh, here's another. Joe and Hunter allegedly coerced the Burisma CEO to pay them $5 million each. In return, Joe gave them political favors and Hunter gave them scabies. Joe Biden started using a shorter set of stairs to board Air Force One after he kept falling on the regular stairs. So what will cushion his fall next time? Depends. Came up too soon. You like them, you know? They're a proud sponsor of Outnumbered. I don't know why I choose them. I'm kidding, Harris. Don't come after me. A Burger King manager in South Carolina was arrested after serving a customer French fries that were in a garbage can. Suspicions about the fries were first aroused when the customer noticed they were actually warm. It's true, huh? The wife of Long Island's Gilgo Beach serial killer has filed for divorce. Man, that divorce is going to cost him an arm and a leg. I know. That's tasteless. It's terrible, actually. John Fetterman says his disastrous debate performance, quote, lit the match on his depression. And we all know how he feels about fire. ABC announced 71-year-old Jerry Turner as the star of The Golden Bachelor. Needless to say, Jerry will spend the next 2 weeks trying to figure out how to record the show on his DVR. That's our audience you're laughing at. They pay for these threads. Joe Jonas revealed this week that he once accidentally did a number 2 in his pants while on stage. In response, a relieved President Biden said, "You too?" Poop jokes. And you asked me. People ask me, Greg, do people really love poop jokes? There's your answer. Political experts say the Democrats have a shortage of male voters, but they hope to make it up with an influx of women with penises. That's funny, because it's true. Barbie opens in theaters today, although because Ken has no male genitalia, audiences keep confusing him with Prince Harry. Tasteless. The stifling heat continued in Southern and Central California this week. My phone is on. It's so hot that in Sacramento, Governor Newsom is using fire-retardant hair gel. Thousands of 10-inch penis fish have washed up on a beach in Argentina. A spokesman for the fish claimed they're actually longer, but they've been in the water all day. Marjorie Taylor Greene sparked outrage during House hearings by showing explicit photos from Hunter Biden's laptop. Horrified Dems immediately seized the images and sent them to the nearest children's library. was good. This week, a tornado wrecked a Pfizer plant in North Carolina. So it turns out God doesn't trust the booster shots either. Yeah. Ooh. And finally, records show that LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman, a one-time guest on Jeffrey Epstein's pedophile island, donated nearly $700,000 to Joe Biden's campaign fund. But I guess 700 grand is mere child's play to him. Okay, to some news. Is the attention-seeking mentality pushing alternative sexuality? According to the New York Post, owned by our parent company, Waffle House, students at Ivy League universities are identifying as non-straight as much as 5 times as the general public. A recent poll from racistly named Brown University claimed 38% of the student body isn't straight. And what about the remaining 62%? Well, they're invited to my place this weekend.
A sexist would say.
And other Ivy League schools have seen large jumps in kids identifying as LGBTQ in recent years. Princeton, more than a third. Yale and Harvard, more than a quarter. The one outlier is Penn, just 15%. But it's located in Philadelphia, so maybe they don't want to come out of the closet due to all the gunfire. But many students on these campuses say a fixation on identity politics is to blame. Said one Princeton grad, quote, "Since sexual orientation identity is largely non-falsifiable, many people will claim LGBTQ status to join the oppressed group. It could be that students at elite schools are more inclined to be obsessed with social acceptance and professional advancement," end quote. But not all college kids follow the flock. Researchers at Northwestern recently sent out gender surveys to engineering students at a bunch of schools. And the responses were delightful, to say the least. Several kids identified as Apache attack helicopters. Another, a cisgender lizard king. And another listed their race as Native American Elizabeth Warren. Researchers called the responses evidence that fascism is on the rise in America. But if refusing to answer questions about your sexuality is fascism, then I'm Benito Mussolini. Yeah. See, I didn't say Hitler. I'm learning. But this proves that instead of salivating over everything LGBT, maybe those researchers should STFU. Walter, what do you make of this trend? Is it because college kids are just essentially dumb and will follow anything?
Well, I went to Princeton, so I can tell you that things really haven't changed. Because no matter what people are calling themselves, what they really are is virgins.
That's true. I love, people go to Princeton to tell people they go to Princeton.
Exactly. And they're far too busy to have sex with each other. So, but yes, how do you get into Ivy League colleges? By pleasing your teachers.
Right.
By pleasing authority figures. So they've been very good at this their whole lives. Since kindergarten, they've raised their hand. They've, erased the chalkboard. They've done everything that society wants of them. And now they're doing another thing that society wants of them. But the real difference is that when I was at Princeton, they didn't ask me about my sexual orientation, and nor would I have answered. I probably would have taken the Apache attack helicopter.
I like that too.
Yeah. But what's fascist about Apache attack helicopters? They're going around the world spreading freedom and democracy. They're actually the most progressive attack helicopters on Earth.
But you know what it is? It's Apache, and that is cultural appropriation. These helicopters need to apologize to Liz Warren.
Well, I know a few Apaches, and they're pretty damn proud to have an attack helicopter.
That's true. All right, Julie, so I have a theory. Would you like to hear it? The reason this is happening is because the barrier to entry is so low, right? It requires no effort. Everybody has to believe you. And it's replacing actual self-improvement, which is why all the college students are so homely, because they no longer go to the gym. They don't care about their appearance because they just choose a pronoun. Don't you think that's brilliant?
No.
Remember, it's his show.
Yeah. No, that was brilliant. You must have spent hours preparing for that.
I did.
Your writers did a good job. No, I have to say that I think this is just part of our like woke culture where they are trying to nurture over nature. I mean, they're basically trying to teach kids that it is the norm to be gay. And so when people go into college, they want to be accepted, obviously. So they pretend that they're gay. So I guess that's the whole thing. Like, we're all a little bit gay. Like, look at Kat tonight. She's so hot, right?
Hey, guys.
Like, I've always had dreams about Barbie, and now it's like coming true. I mean, I don't know. My next sleepover with Kat is going to be different next time.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's cool to be gay, so
Yeah,
I'm
you're
coming out
identifying
tonight.
as over 6.
I actually identify as a heterosexual male, but you already know that.
Yes, that's
But
true.
tonight, I am a lesbian.
Yes. Loftus identifies as a homeless Tracy Chapman.
Yes, I have a fast car.
And you live in it.
When it's running. I think these Ivy League kids are brilliant. I think they're really smart. I'm with you on this one. It's a it's a wonderful get out of jail free card.
Right.
You don't have to work on yourself. You don't have to be special. If you fail at anything, you're like, it's because I'm trans.
Exactly.
And you can blame society for not fitting in. And like when I finished talking for this little response to the whole trans thing, I want the audience to consider that I am trans, and what I just said was very brave. Little slow. Thank you. Thank you. That took courage. That took courage.
You are a hero. You are a hero.
I don't consider myself
I
as
just want to get on my knees right now and thank you. Again. Terrible. Kat, what do you make of the Apache attack helicopter as a gender identification?
I think that not all of this has to do with how people think about gender identification, and some of it has to do with how people feel about paperwork. The forms are so long. Like, the forms are already so long. Do we need to add another thing when less than 1% of the population identifies as trans? I mean, I went to my dentist the other day. How many times do I have to tell them that, no, I still do not suffer from incontinence? And also, what does it have to do with my teeth and gums? The forms are, and they're like, how many times do I have to give them my email? It's like, you guys email me all the time. You have my email. You're like, Happy National Tooth Month, you know, like how to keep your teeth clean this Halloween. Like, the forms are already like 6 or 7 pages long of things that have nothing to do with anything. The last thing we need to do is be adding more things to a form, because you know what? We're all dying. We should live our lives while we have a chance.
There you go. Live our lives. It is true.
Well, now that they don't require the SAT at Ivy League colleges, they have the LGBTQ+, and it is long, and it's very easy.
Yes.
You just say all of the above.
Yes, exactly.
That's true. Instead
Willing
of
to
like,
I'm WTTA. Willing to try anything.
instead of barking off, you know, white, Caucasian, Hispanic, it's like top or bottom.
I always just write down, I'm the filling. If you're laughing, then you understood that joke. If you're not laughing, you're a good person. Up next, we discuss what's really going on with aliens and the pen.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.